All right, friends, it is 2:11 in the morning. Dr. Sam and the Creeper, as promised, spending the night. Well, we've already spent the night. We just don't know. We're debating how much longer to stay. It'll be until at least 3 in the morning. It's 2:11. This is the cemetery where the murdered girl is at. We're at her gravesite. Um, I had told earlier I sat under a tree and listened for scratching. And while we were warming up earlier, it's really not that cold out here, but while we were charging up the phones and everything, he told a story, and I thought, well, maybe you should make sure you get on video and tell your creepy story to everyone listening. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm not filming Creeper, not because he's not allowed to be on camera. He likes to hide his character. And if those are interested in knowing who he is, it's not a name that he hides, but you're going to have to dig to find out who he is. It's part of the fun. So without further ado, we're going to go to Creeper here. I'm going to avoid filming his face on purpose. It's not because I'm an awful cameraman. And we're going to listen to his ghost story. This is not, repeat, something not that happened here. It didn't happen here. It's just something that happened to him. Okay, go ahead.
All right, back in 2006, my girlfriend at the time, it was 1 or 2 in the morning, and we were playing with the Ouija board, and we were asking it questions.
Not something that I condone, friends.
Yeah, and eventually she said she started feeling weird, and that we were hearing noises in the room. And when the sun comes up, I finally asked it, is there a reason why you didn't possess her because the sun came up? And the Ouija board said yes. So my girlfriend at the time almost got possessed by a demon. Ain't that some shit?
That is why I mentioned, friends, on the way here, we're not summoning anything. We're just, if something walks by, we're going to film it. But we are not dabbling in the occult, as it were. That's a travesty. Tell the story about the scratch that you got.
Back in 2008, because my room was in the basement, and I was still living with my grandparents at the time. And I was just laying in my bed, minding my own business, and I felt like a scratch on my back. And I thought, like, it maybe have been my t-shirt or something that scratched it. But I looked in the mirror, and it was 3 scratches. And that's the sign of a demon trying to possess you.
And once again, I'm speaking for myself on this one. If I wasn't a Christian, I probably would not be here. A Creeper has his own beliefs, but I personally would not be here if I were not a Christian. It'd probably be really creeped out.
Or after that, actually, back in 2010, I was hanging out with some friends at the time, and they knew some people that were running a house at. And they said there's some stuff going on in the house, and we were upstairs just talking, and all of a sudden downstairs we heard the oven turn on, and stuff moving there. And I was recording it, and later I reviewed the footage, and in one of it we didn't hear it because obviously it was the EVP. It said El Nagat, El Roy. So we captured demon. I captured an EVP of a demon talking to us.
The only thing that I've ever had happen like that, friends and listeners, a couple of years, I want to say 3 years ago, I was at the cemetery, and Trish, the year prior, which would have been 4 years ago, had an app on the phone that was supposed to be a ghost box. And at my parents' gravesite at Halloween, I heard the words "go away." Now again, it scans the radio stations for random words that come in stronger than others. Is pretty much the gist of it. Did it sound like my dad? A little bit. Do I know that it was him? No. But I have decided that I no longer wish to do things that attempt to reach other beings. I stay in my own realm, and if a ghost goes walking by, I will film him. But due to what the Creeper just told, and the story that I just told, that's why I don't do that.
Oh, I got another one, but it's not a demon. When girlfriend and I got together, like Brandy, And it was around Christmas time of
I
2000.
told you he give hints about who he is, friends. You didn't believe me.
And it was around Christmas time, well, the day after Christmas, and we were just like hanging around. And all of a sudden, two toy cars started moving. And I said, go forward. It would go forward. I said, go back. It would go back.
Oh,
And after a while, I was thinking maybe, like, the batteries are dead or anything like that. But when we checked the remote and the toys, they didn't have any batteries in them. So they were moving by themselves. So I would say go forward, it go forward. It go back, it go back. And we're thinking it might be a glitch. We checked them. The cars were off, and there weren't any batteries in either the remote or the cars. And actually, a couple years after that, because she has two kids, and we were just, her and the kids were just in the living room watching TV, and they were messing around, and she was asleep. So, and a shadow appeared from behind the door. And I thought, like, just her checking on us. I go and look for her in the bedroom, and she's snoring asleep. So something was watching us, and a couple months after that, I was in the shower because we had sliding doors that was glass, and I saw the silhouette of an older man walking by it. And they said there's an older lady that died in there. So there's definitely more than one spirit in that house.
well, friends, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I just thought of this. Now, I don't think that enough people are ever going to see this video for this to be a possibility, but I'll tell you what I'll do. If you guys ever see this, what's her name? Last name's Alexander, Robert Alexander, and that's his wife that was killed. If you guys...
He killed her.
That's right. If you guys can donate enough money to fix her headstone, I will chip in $100 of my own money. I know that's not much. It's going to cost thousands, but what do you say? It's not, again, it's just something I think would be nice to do because it's slowly fading away. However, I wouldn't want to get rid of this because it's sort of a piece of history. So that would not be something. I won't put my money towards that if you're doing that. If you want to get her a new one and this one still stays here in some way, but no, I don't want to move this piece of history. So if that's what you're doing, I'm not going to fund that. But if anybody would like to restore it, put it back together, count me in for 100.
Kind of looks like a tree of life.
Here you go. Or how about this on Halloween? They say the veil... Now, see, I'll give you a little story, friends. I am not Catholic. I do lean towards orthodoxy. I'm not an Orthodox Christian because you have to agree with everything that the church says as the final arbiter of interpretation.
I know, that's like a tree, but what's that supposed to...
That's the shrubbery in that around it, I believe.
Yeah, but it looks like it has a tail.
Root. I think. I do believe in praying for the dead. Some Christians do not. I do. So, if the veil is thin tonight, I'm not going to summon anything. I'm going to clean up this murder victim's headstone because it is after midnight. So it is technically All Saints' Day. And on All Saints' Day, you are supposed to pray for the dead. So...
Yeah, her husband killed her, and then 2 years later, he was hung in 1860.
I guess I'm cleaning a murderer's headstone also, which isn't what I plan to do with this act of kindness. But thank you, Creeper. I have cleaned a murderer's headstone in a haunted graveyard. That's not what I meant to do. But in any event, we left it better than we found it. That way they can't say, they trashed it. No, we actually left it better than we found it. What I'm going to do, friends, I said we would make 10-minute videos. We are 9 minutes.
That would be nice to clean up her headstone.
9 minutes and 26 seconds into it. At 3 o'clock, we might stay longer than 3 because we're not freezing. We'll see. But at 3 o'clock, we're going to go live on Neopa. So go to Neopa. Go live on Neopa. We'll take a lap around here one more time. And then I'm going to upload a video of us walking through it crosswise. and then we'll go from there on what else we do. You're listening to the Looneybin 102.5 FM, at least until that changes. WNPLP-FM, The Creeper, and Dr. Sam spending the night in the Egypt Cemetery in Ohio. Look up all the hauntings. You'll see.